Time to sort out some kind of shift linkage here. And this is all I got left. And you know, I'm kind of down to the dregs. So I'm going to dump this can out on the floor and see what I've got. I have another conversion that I've done fairly recently, and that is in this 77 Rabbit here. I removed a 4-speed and put a, this was a 1500 4-speed, and I put a 1600 5-speed diesel in it. So I can take a look at what I did there for the conversion, being as I don't have another one out here with a 5-speed in it to take a look at. But I also know that I dug through this can not that long ago. Well, not that long ago, maybe 2.5 years ago, to help my dad get his truck running and shifting properly. He wasn't able to shift it well, so I know that I dug at least my good parts out of here to fix his. So hopefully I can put together a 5-speed set of linkage out of this can here. Cool. So this is all Rabbit and golf stuff, and most of it is 4-speed. So I'm going to have to sort out what exactly I'm going to need here. At any rate, I will figure out what I'm doing here with all the miscellaneous pieces. That's a 4-speed. Anyway, so yeah, I'll figure out what I'm doing here. This here looks like something I took off my dad's truck. It's got a chunk of wire on it holding it together. So that's probably 5-speed stuff. Yeah, I'll make a pile of what I need here and figure it out. Alright, so here's what I'm going to use for a reference. Is that bunch of monkey business down in there, starting way down in there. But the only difference is that this arm right here, well, you can't really tell what all this is, but anyway, that guy there has to be different, because now I have a turbo manifold and stuff in there, so everything's kind of moved over and crowding that thing. So at any rate, this is my reference for 5-speed. Alright, well, before I get going too much, I figured I'd show what I know, which isn't a whole bunch. I don't have a clue what I'm doing, but if I knew what I was doing, I'd be better at it. Okay, so this is what I've taken out of the truck, and it's greasy. I got to clean it up, and I need the bracket. And this arm, I can reuse this arm. The issue I have with this is, being with that turbo in there, the spring clamp for the muffler comes down and just hits this guy. It's in the way. So this arm here needs to be modified and come out further before it makes its bend, but I need the ultimate end place right here where it was. So basically I have a couple more of these, so I can go ahead and make one. This one here is not worn out where the bushings ride, so I can go ahead and bend this one up to be what I want it to be, and then I'll use it in here. The other thing I know is that the 5-speed, it's got bigger balls, so I need one of these guys, and I have a few of those around of the appropriate type. This one here is worn out. It's got 2 flat edges where it you know, spent its life shifting, so that one's no good. This one here is a nice one. So I'll be using this guy, and that replaces what's here, so that'll be replaced here, and I guess we can see the difference. Bushings in this guy are really good, so I'm going to reuse the bushings, put it together with this guy here, and you know, rebend it so I know it will clear my spring on the exhaust setup in there, and get it ready to go, put this on it, get it mounted back in the car. Another thing I know is that this piece here which runs on the end of the shift shaft, goes forward and back, and a little bit of rock and roll side to side, which is what runs this arm. But the one that I need for a 5-speed is one of these guys here, one of these long ones. So I guess we can see that. So I'll clean up one of these guys, choose which one I want. This one here's got a, no, it's got a tack on it, like they welded it to the shaft. So what I think happened is the serrated part inside here where it clamps down on the little teeth on the shaft got smoothed out or something. I don't know why they would do that. But at any rate, so I won't be using that one. I'll be using this one here, which I think is the one I took off my dad's truck. But it's a long one, and I need that for my 5-speed application as well. Then what I'll need is an arm of this shape, and I have one right here that has good clamps on the end. Hopefully these sockets aren't worn out. I'll check them out, but they have the proper little clampy things. So I think I'll just use one of these, and then there's another rod that goes on a pivot in there. I don't have a pivot laying here, but it's attached to the transmission, but it's a shorty. It's one of these guys, and I have a couple of them laying here. So I'm good to go. So I think between all this stuff that I got here, I can be able to put this together and have it work out. Alrighty, some more of the 5-speed monkey business. This is the guy I just made, and I'll put it up next to the factory one and show you the difference. Okay, said and done. When they're side by side, they end up the same length, same height, but you can see the one that I made, the one behind, goes further from the shaft here, further out before it goes up, and that'll clear my exhaust flange stuff. That's what I needed. This one here, the factory one, turned upward too quickly and was hitting into the exhaust. So now I have one that'll clear the exhaust and ends up basically the same. I have to remove this bushing and move it over to this one though. Alrighty then, I got my linkage put together. I have no clue if it's adjusted or anything. I just put it together. I'm going to go ahead and fire it up here on these blocks and see if I can run it through the gears and see what happens, I guess. So hopefully nothing bad happens. We'll find out. I better get my ass in here and make sure I got some brakes. Closer to the stop. That's a ticket. Not a lot closer. Alright. Some adjustment is required, but I'll do that. Well, alright, I've been back and forth underneath and up here and starting it up and running it, and I've got all 5 gears now. Feels really nice. Down, the lockout for reverse works perfectly, and so I'm really happy with that. If it wasn't so late, I would continue and try to fix up my exhaust and take it for a spin, but I have an idea by the time I get all that together it would be 2 o'clock in the morning, and yeah, I don't want to. So 27th out here. Thanks for watching.